Hey guys, so welcome back to part 2 of John's 200 series Land Cruiser. I am in the workshop, so I might be a little bit loud today, but hey, you'll get over it. All right, I'm gonna run you through this. If you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch it. It'll show you what happened with this, how the build came together, all of that type of stuff. I have had John come back in with this vehicle, and this is kind of how I'm filming this right now, because we did deliver it. He had a couple of trips that he did last year, and now I am able to get my hot little hands on it because he's a mad dog and he's allowed me to film it for you. So what I wanted to do is run you through what we've done on this 200 series. Let's start at the front, as we always do. ARB bar work. As you can see, everything on this vehicle has been color coded to the pearl white that the 200 comes in. This is a GXL 200 series, and what we've done also incorporated in the bar work is carbon 12,000 pound winch. We have run some in-cab controls for him with the winch as well, so that's in there for him as well. Stedi Type X Pros did go on the front on this vehicle. As you can see, we do have a bit of communication gear going on. So the axis antenna is running our Selfie Go unit. If you haven't heard much about Selfie Go or you're thinking about it, I recommend looking into them. They are a booster, so you'll only boost if you've got signal. They aren't a magical device that just allows you to have phone signal all the time. So make sure you look into them before you go and say yes to one of those. Good unit, but definitely do your research, because there are some variants out there, and that does sometimes catch some people out. And I'm pretty sure they do have ones that are particular to certain cell providers. So do a bit of research, but that's what John's running here with this antenna. And then as you can see, the GME XRS unit did go in as well. All of that in the handpiece for these ones. If you're looking for a UHF that is going to cover all bases, they do certain different levels of the GME system. So depending on your needs and all that type of stuff, you can get one like John's got in here, or you can even step down. Totally up to yourself on which way you want to go with that. But on this particular setup, that's what he's selected. And the whips are interchangeable. So we've got the 2.1 dBi whip on this one, but then you can undo the grub screw, pull the whip off, throw a 6.1 on there if you're going to be traveling long distances out in those big open plains. All right, so moving around to the side, as you can see, we do have the Safari ARMAX Snorkel. Now we did do the ARMAX ECU in this 200 as well, which gives you a 5 map select option that goes on the dash. And then you've got like a comfort, a towing, a factory tune select as well. And they can all be selected on the fly, so that unit has gone in to obviously give the vehicle a little bit more oomph also. Okay, so continuing down the side of the vehicle, as you can see, we got the Clearview mirrors on as well. This is the next gen mirror, as you probably already know. Extendable for when you're towing. You got your different stages on the way back in. Indicator in the side here as well, guys. If you do have a Sahara or a VX or whatever spec model, Clearview does have a mirror to suit all the models. Just note that the current model VX and Saharas do have the little cameras in them, and they all get maintained as well. And you can utilize them in the new mirror. It all comes in there, heated glass, and the lane change as well if you do have that upper spec model also. Moving down to the side here, we do have the Fat Bars rock sliders. Again, more bar work, color coded in the white for these guys. Really good step on the top with some grip rings as well. That way you're not slipping and sliding when you're getting in and out of the car. But those are probably one of my favoriteest things that Fat Bars does. I just really like Paul's design, what he's done there. The guys do a great job with their products, and the 200 rails have been very, very popular for us. So good job, Fat Bars, on those ones. If you bring your eyeballs up, we are running the Rhino rack roof rack system. We have done our, probably say, a full light setup on the rack as well. So we've got the slimline on the front there, and then we're running our camp lights on both sides, and they are switched as so inside the vehicle as well. I really like the Rhino rack. One, it's been around for a super long time, so these guys do know what they are doing with the roof rack system, plus the accessories that are available out there, whether it be genuine Rhino accessories or aftermarket ones, you name it. Most people are designing or making something that will suit that rack system. So anything that you kind of want to do on the top of these things is pretty much a possibility. Another little thing that we do like to do here at BAW is we do like to plug our roof rack systems so that they can be removed. So on the top there is a Deutsch plug, so you can literally disconnect it from the vehicle wiring harness that goes up to the roof and pull the entire roof rack system off, store it, or whatever you need to do. Say you want to get a full ceramic coat or a clean or something of your roof, can be done without too much drama. As you might have realized, the vehicle is sitting 2 inches taller. So let's talk GVM for a quick minute. What this vehicle is running on this one is the King suspension GVM Upgrade. So that is a 3800 kilo GVM upgrade through Kings that we can do. Obviously running the 2.5 remote resis on this. So you've got your adjustables in the front and in the rear. We did include some airbags for John on this one. That is not included in the kit, but that was something that we did at his request, just because he is towing with this vehicle as well. But in the GVM space for this and suspension wise, it is a King setup through those guys. And like I said, 3800 kilo is what it's at the moment. We do have the ROH Vapors, and they are wrapped in the Yokohama XATs. I'm very happy with that tyre. So if you are looking for an aggressive all-terrain, because this actually isn't their standard all-terrain, the XAT is a good space to get into. Check your warranties though. Sometimes they do a 2-year on and off-road warranty with those tyres. I don't know if it's still running, but check it out if you are looking into that tyre, and they've just been good. I've got on my ARMAX 200. They've been really, really good for us. Alrighty, at the back of the vehicle, we got some Kaymar goodness happening on the rear. As you can see, twin jerry cans, tyre on the other side as well. Warnie's putting his hand up behind me saying, yes, I did that. So if you are looking for a wheel carrier, this is an option that we can provide you as well. There are other brands out there, and we're happy to work with yourselves, our customers, to get you what you'd like. These have been a very popular one for us though, the Kaymars. Again, another company that's been around for a good while, and they've got their head around the rear end of these vehicles. So it works for a lot of people, and they do have a couple of different options. You can just get the rear bar if you just want a protection, or you can go with what John's done, or you can go twin tyre holders if you really want to get crazy on how many tyres you're taking with you. So good option for him on the rear of the vehicle. Well, welcome to the rear end. On the inside, as you can see, very, very basic, no drawers or anything like that in this one. What I did do though was the core lighting setup up top here. It's very, very popular. I do have amber color changing, so at night keeps the bugs away. We do have some outlets because we've done an under bonnet dual battery system, which I will show you guys in a second. So just a couple of outlets, voltmeter here for John. He just wanted a basic setup because he does have a camper that he tows when he goes away. On the other side though, mind you, we do have the ARB twin compressor up in behind the quarter as well. So that allows John to air up tyres, air up his airbags, and basically rear end of the vehicle taken care of for him. Here we are under the bonnet on the 200 series, good old dual battery system we are running under the bonnet for him. Super simple. So it's just back to basics for us on this one. We've got a Red Arc 1225D under the grille here, and that is obviously taking care of all of our charging. So what we're running off here was the outlets that you guys just seen at the back, and that's what this is doing, is just taking care of the fridge setup that does go in the rear of the vehicle. What we've also done, like I said, was this Fari ARMAX ECU, so that gets tucked up right in the top corner, guys. And we did do a diff breather and gearbox, that is, breather set as well, so front and rear diffs. And we do have a transfer case and gearbox breather on this as well. As you can see on this side, guys, more protection for the vehicle in the way of the pre-line system here. And then we've kind of got all our fusing and relaying in the one spot over this side of the vehicle. I do have another red arc voltage sensing solenoid, if you want to call it that, or an SBI 12 if you are so inclined. This little device here basically keeps an eye on voltage from your main battery. So once it gets up to a certain voltage, it'll activate, which basically turns it on. So we use this for John's towing. That way, if he's got something plugged in the rear, he turns the vehicle off. The battery will then drop voltage, which means that device will turn off and it disconnects the van, the camper trailer, whatever's on the back of the vehicle. So that way it doesn't drain his main battery when he's stopped on the side of the road for lunch or for whatever reason, he just wants to leave whatever's on the back hooked up. So that's what that little device is doing there. Keeping all our relaying and fusing in the one spot just makes it easy for fault finding if anything did go wrong. That's what that is all doing right in this spot. So let's have a quick look inside. I'll show you guys what we've done in there for switching and head unit as well. Okay, so welcome to the inside of John's vehicle. As you can see, we've got a massive screen here. This is the Kenwood 10.1 inch display. I do have this in my own vehicle and in Amy's car because I just love how massive it is. Look at the size of this thing, it's huge. It does have all your features like digital radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all those types of things as well. It does have reverse camera inputs. You've got 4 camera inputs on this device. So on Amy's vehicle, I've got one at the tow bar, one on the top of the canopy, one on the bull bar. So you can get pretty crazy with your cameras if you are so inclined. So for the GXL, if you didn't know, that the reason why I've got this head unit in here for John is they don't come with anything as fancy as the VX or the Sahara. So it's literally just a old school Toyota head deck for these things. Hence the reason why we've gone this way. It obviously maintains all your steering wheel controls, things like that. We've put a little USB and HDMI pass-through in the drop-down pocket for him as well, where the old cigarette lighter used to be that no one ever uses anymore. So he can obviously charge phones and screen anything onto his unit that he wants at the same time. Got a little RJ45 pass-through there for the UHF handpiece, like I was saying before. And then one other thing I didn't mention was we have done a Stocklock torque converter lockup kit for him as well. So they've got 2 switches on the dash here. One is for the auto, and then this is the 3-speed unit. So it's got a lockup for the low as well when you are in full low. Very popular with people who are towing. 200s do have a little bit of a creeping type of method that goes on when you are driving the vehicles. So the Stocklock kind of locks that torque converter up and kind of just makes it a lot nicer. Again, another thing that I would recommend looking right into if you are going into that type of space with your vehicle, but we can assist you with that as well. If you did notice, there was the locker buttons here on the dash as well. So we have had front and rear e-lockers fitted for John, and they were done by the wonderful gentleman over at Hart's Transmissions. So those guys fitted them all up for us, and we simply wired them in for John as we were doing the rest of the vehicle. On the driver's side, there's the usual suspects like the winch in, winch out controls. We do have his lights on his roof all over here and his spotlights. And the one other thing that you definitely need when you're towing the Red Arc Tow Pro Elite V3, which is the latest version basically. So as for an interior, we did do the seat covers as well. These are a Dingo Trail seat cover. Neoprene, I'm pretty sure, is the word I'm looking for with these things. Really good seat cover. Amy had them in her 200 before she went and put leather in it. But I have used these over the years in a few of our builds. People have had nothing but good things to say about them. Aussie company as well, as you might suspect from a Dingo Trail title in the name. But been very happy with their products over the years as well. There is one little thing that I did forget to show you guys or mention. We have done a Long Ranger fuel tank replacement in this. So the difference that I'm going to probably say there and why we didn't use a Brown Davis in this one is because the Long Ranger tank has a 55 litre water tank incorporated in it, and that all goes up under the bum at the rear of the vehicle. So that way you're still getting a lot of diesel. I'm pretty sure it's 130 litres, I think it is, extra. And then you get that 55 litres of water as well. We did put that on a little pump under the driver's side of the vehicle there's a hose connection, and those guys can literally just hook up to that. So pretty cool option in that if you are obviously building a 200 series, you can look at those guys and see the options that they've got going there. But that was one other thing I did forget about the build. But other than that, that's it for John's vehicle. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you will be notified about what's happening at the BAW Shed, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next time that we put a vehicle together.